intervention, and you would have supported those airstrikes to alleviate the suffering that we just heard from Kezia?
Well, I don't think the airstrikes would do anything or will do anything to alleviate the suffering. I mean, I've got three concerns: evidence, legality and motive. And very eminent people, much more eminent than me, people like Lord West, the former First Sea Lord, former General Shaw, the former commander in charge of British Armed Forces in Iraq, have actually questioned the motive. They don't believe that there was a sufficient motive to, if you like, generate this chemical weapons attack by Assad, because at this stage they have all
by
but
Assad.
one.
So you do agree it was by Assad?
Well, no, what they're saying is...
No, but you just said this chemical attack by Assad.
No,
so let's just be clear. Did he do it in your mind or didn't he?
I don't know. And the point I'm making is, and what they were saying is, they are not clear. They don't believe that Assad had a motive to indulge in a chemical weapons attack, because it virtually won.
Who could have done it? Who else could have done it?
Well, and there's also a question about whether indeed there was a chemical weapons attack, and we've heard...
So you don't believe, a little like I guess earlier, that there was a chemical weapons attack?
Well, all we've had... What all the Prime Minister was able to cite were social media posts and hearsay. I think...
No, she cited, not that I'm representing Theresa May here, but she did cite intelligence reports. We also had the French saying that they had pretty incontrovertible intelligence evidence. But you are questioning, A, whether there was a chemical attack in the first place, and if there was a chemical attack, was it President Assad?
All that's been put into the public domain, as far as I can tell, are social media posts and hearsay. Yes, they've cited... all sorts of other sources, but none of that has been put into the public domain.
So who else could have done it? That's what I'm trying to get from you. You must have an idea about who else could have done it.
Well, what people are saying on the ground is that indeed the Syrian MP that you spoke to, there's an article, I think, in today's paper by Robert Frisk, who's on the ground there, who spoke not just to the doctors at the location where the chemical weapons attack allegedly took place, also spoke to ordinary, regular people, all of whom are questioning whether indeed a chemical weapons attack took place. Now, I just think before we enter into a situation where we are committing airstrikes, potentially leading to a wider conflagration in the region, possibly pitching two nuclear superpowers up against one another, we need better evidence than was presented.
All right.
The bare minimum, therefore, should be that we at least have the opportunity for a debate in the House of Commons.
All right, but let's pick up.
I would have to.
Sure, let's pick up that, because you've thrown obviously a lot of scepticism on the claims that have been made by the government.
Not just me, but Lord West.
No, but I've got you
here. Peter Ford. What? Not just me. Various people are.
All right, but you're not hiding behind what they're saying. You believe it. You believe it too.
Hiding behind. I'm citing very eminent people.
Fine. So
military people who are.
Who would have done that?
Questioning.
Who would have staged?
Well,
who would have staged an attack like that? What would the motive have been? For whom?
Pull up a clip from Lord West speaking to the BBC.
Sure, but who do you think?
Let me quote what Lord West said. He said there was a very real possibility that the rebels might very well have staged something in order to bring in the West, because he's making the point at this stage of this terrible civil war in Syria, at this stage in the battle for Eastern Ghouta, where Assad's regime have all but won it. He is making the point, as is General Shaw, as is Peter Ford, and other people, other eminent individuals are saying, why would Assad at this point in time use chemical weapons which would be bound to bring on the wrath of the West?
Do you think there was a chemical attack?